Hello, hello. Just a couple people. Hello, hello. Was not planning this live, so I didn't really tell anyone that I was going live, but hello, everyone that has joined. I am fixing my closet that I destroyed. So for those of you that saw, I have a lot of clothes and I need to get rid of some of them. So I will be putting them online to sell because I do not need this many clothes. But I decided to go to Lowe's and buy some stuff to fix my closet. So this is the shelf that fell. There are like scrape marks all over here, as well as some punctures in the wall where the closet, it was intense. Like my sister's cat and I were just kind of laying in bed, and it honestly sounded like the entire the entire like apartment was coming down because there was so much sitting on top of here, so many things hanging, and so many things down here that I kind of had in the closet that it just destroyed everything. So I took everything out from this side of my closet. Before it only had 2 brackets, so now I'm doing 4 so that it has extra support because on this side there's a piece of thing that mounts into the wall, but on this side, because of this black pole, there's nothing to really mount it on that side. So I'm going to put 2 of these on that side a little bit closer together. I went to Lowe's and I was trying to talk to people to see if I could figure out the best way to do this, because the stuff that they give you to do this is like a little nail. And when it comes to nails, I know that they are not the most supportive when it comes to weight being used to kind of pull on them. I know that triangles are the safest and the strongest. So this is going to be like angled and a triangle to kind of give it that strength. hopefully I don't deal with this problem again. Spending about $40 on supplies so that I could do this, but I'm using the nails to kind of puncture the hole in the wall, and then I actually bought some really, really thick screws with lots of rings, wide rings on them to kind of, hello Connor, I think that will help. I suggest getting rid of some clothes too. Yes, I definitely need to get rid of some clothes. I will tell you, moving here to Richmond with the amount of clothes that I had was a nightmare, so I never want to do that again. So this is probably going to be bad. I probably shouldn't show this, but this is what my bed looks like right now. Like, there is tons and tons of clothes on my bed. And so, yeah. I do have wall anchors. So I do have these little guys. Just made a mess. I do have these guys here. But those pulled right out as well. So I'm hoping that this time around having more support will be will be useful, because I suck. I don't like having this much. I definitely need to organize. So what I told myself is that instead of putting all my clothes back in the closet, I'm going to go back and as I'm putting stuff in the closet, things that I don't need, that don't spark joy, I'm going to get rid of, and I'm going to kind of just fill my closet with things that actually I actually wear versus things that I don't really need. Oh, yeah, I bought really long screws that have like the rings all the way to the top, because I know that the drywall will probably be this much of it, because these won't matter at the end of this, because at the end of the day, that's going to be on the other side of the drywall. And a lot of screws, if you've seen them, if you saw the ones that came out of the wall, they didn't have it from here up. So like the part that should have been in the drywall that to like keep it like in the drywall wasn't there. So I'm trying to improve the the physics of this shelf right now, but I put one right here. You can't really see it in the camera. There's one there, and then the rest are going to go down here. I'll put one in the middle, kind of near where the old one was, but not in those holes, because that, unfortunately, there are no studs that are the length of this, as well as there's already a pre-existing like huge thing here that didn't fall. So I didn't want to buy a new piece like that. So I'm making do with what I have, and I'm just going to cut my clothing down by at least 50%. I'm going to get rid of at least 50%, because I Googled like how many like clothes an average person should have, and I have probably 300 times the amount of the average person, so that's absolutely ridiculous. I see someone that says, I partied with Ryan Cabrera in college. I actually met him in Harrisonburg, Virginia. He came to perform at James Madison University, and my friends and I actually met him at one of the bars after the concert. So let's see. I think this needs to be one more over so that it's... Let's get a nail. We'll see how this goes. Wish me luck, everyone. Wish me luck. Because I went to school for architecture, so this shouldn't be too much of a struggle for me. I mean, I didn't build shelves in college, but I should know. I hope the person on the other side of this wall doesn't hate me. I feel like if I was them, I would probably hate me. The amount of times that, I mean, the night that this fell, I'm sure that they probably like thought that the world was coming to an end as well, because it was loud. Like, I think that when it first fell, it fell on one side, so it like flipped up and smashed into the one above it. Because judging by like the lines here, like this piece came all the way up. So hoping that this time around, and I'm using muscles that I don't usually use, like when it comes to my wrist here, twisting that way. Knock on your wall and find studs. There's no studs. Not because I'm limited to, like, when it comes to where the 12-inch beam goes down to, and there are none right here. I actually had a stud finder that you could kind of like, it was like a little red thing that beeped when you were like on a stud or something. But we shall see. It's going to be better. But you can kind of start to feel when there's like no more drywall and it goes in easier. But before, the other screws just kind of pulled out, whereas this one does not. And these screws are about 10 times stronger versus the aluminum ones that bent. These are like the steel screws. So yeah, it's interesting. Hello. I am sweating a little bit. Honestly, I've just been doing this to kind of distract me. Been dealing with a lot. I've been sharing my positive talks over to my YouTube channel now, so people on my YouTube channel can also see the positive talks for people who aren't following me on Instagram. So that's exciting. But I'm also working on other projects that are taking up a lot of time. But positive talks take a long time to download off of Instagram, and then they also take a long time to upload. So, and I also took a lot of clothes off of right here. Probably should use one of these in the middle of that, because that one kind of looks like it's a little bit testy. Looks like it's bending in the middle a little bit, so probably should use, might just go buy more because I think I want 4 in this one, just to make it the most secure. Ooh. Ow, got my finger. Okay, where is the other screw? Ah. Potch is in here. Psst, don't eat that. Potch is in here trying to assist with this, but he's not being very helpful. He's trying to eat screws. I don't know why I grabbed the hammer. I need a screwdriver. Oh. Getting into the Quanta. Ooh. The nice thing about like the steel screws is they don't really strip. At least I've never had to experience them stripping. And since I only needed 4 of them, it was okay to pay the extra amount to get the stronger screws. I feel like when I move out of this apartment, when are you gonna come out of the closet? Ha ha ha. Never. I'm staying in here, it's cozy. I could probably get a lot more work done in here because there's no distractions. As long as the closet doesn't collapse on my head again. Just leave my phone somewhere else. Or just stay on live so that everyone can hold me accountable. So that I'm not getting on there and doing things that aren't necessary for my productivity. Ugh. As long as I don't screw into like some like electrical cable and barbecue myself. For those of you that are watching this live that have my address, if I do that with this last screw, let them know because Dana won't be home for a while. I don't want to be barbecued in my closet. Okay, so that's 3 supports there. I think one more should be good. Because before it only had 2, and they put them both on that end, which I think is the end that stayed up the longest before it collapsed. So we will see if, I mean, I'm not putting that much weight ever on this closet again, so we should be good. Should be good to go. Let's grab another one of the nails. Switch instruments. Switching over to hammer again. Wow. This is at an odd angle. Try not to get my finger this time. And I did make sure that my screws were larger than my nail so that when I screw it in, it has plenty of space to grab on the wall. I feel like I'm gonna have to go back to Lowe's and get another one for the other side of the closet. This is an odd angle. Ugh, I can't keep twisting it this way. My hands are sweating, and it's like the screwdriver is slipping out of my hand. Okay, dry my hands off. I need like the powder that they have at like the Olympics before you do like gymnastics or something. The chalk, because that's better. I think I'm getting like a blister up my hand. Hate blisters. Almost there. Just a little bit further. Oh my goodness. There we go. That should help me out. I might have found a stud. Because this is really hard compared to all the other ones. Or it could just because I've lost muscle doing all 4 of them. Who knows? Okay, that one's in. Whew. Ouch. Got carpal tunnel. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. Ouch. Got blisters on my hands from... It's because my hands are too soft, because I don't do stuff like this on a regular basis. I'm a life coach and a content creator, you guys. I'm not meant for this life. So, I think I'm not gonna swing on it, but I think that it should be good. I also bought some stuff to put on the back. Wow, that's a really bright light. Let's do... Gotta clean up the mess after. Hello, Puerto Rico. Gotta clean up the mess after making it. Let's see. There's 4 nails there. I think that's all that I had. Hopefully Pacha doesn't find any nails. So like this was the screw that I had before. So you can kind of see how like this much of it doesn't have like the little rings on it. Or the teeth, whatever you call them. But this much of it's like in the drywall, whereas like this, all of that was not. So it didn't make for a very strong hold. Bought some more of these too to kind of put in the back, but I don't know if I'll need them. Because those kind of stayed in when everything else left. So I think we should be good. But now I feel like there's tons and tons and tons of clothes that I need to sort through. Because I feel like no one understands the amount of clothes that I have, because I brought all of it with me. Like I didn't leave like winter clothes at the farm or anything. I brought summer, spring, fall, winter. But I was like Googling like the average person, like, or the average male, like how many clothes they should have. And I've just got way too many. And I try to say that because I'm gay, that means that I have to have a little bit more than the average male, because, I mean, the average male doesn't try to match their clothes to anything. They just put on t-shirt and pants and just walk out. Like, that's not cute. So, tried to do a little bit better. But I guess the next stage is kind of going through all of this, which is going to be quite the process. And I think that that will be something that I do by myself. I don't think I want to do a live going through my clothes. But I'm definitely putting all these clothes up for sale. My sister told me that Poshmark is a good place to sell clothes, so I'm going to try to do that. Most of my hoodies are larges, most of my t-shirts are mediums, my pants are 32, 34. So for any of you that are interested in getting those, feel free. I'll probably load a link somewhere at some point. But I gotta get rid of some so that I don't collapse my closet again, because that was too much work to fix. Might have looked easy, but it did some damage, and I don't appreciate that. But it's done. Yeah, I was like looking at, like, when it comes to like the Poshmark store, like when it comes to limits and stuff that they have, because there are just so many places that have limits. Like if you sell a certain amount of things, then you have to like consider it a business, and then they start like taxing you and getting all crazy. I just want people to realize like how many clothes I have. Like there's a lot. Like that's 3 piles. Like it's a lot of clothes. And yes, I put my t-shirts on hangers because I don't have like dressers for everything. So I only have one dresser. I was thinking about getting rid of this TV stand here because so many people in this apartment complex are looking for TV stands, and then just going to like IKEA or something and buying a tall dresser with tons of drawers. But I need to get rid of clothes. So once I get rid of all my clothes, which I'm aiming for 50%, once I do that, if I still need a dresser, then I will do that. But I should not need a dresser. But that's all I'm doing for right now. So thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all for coming in and watching me struggle. I might turn the live back on once I kind of get some things organized of how I'm going to do this, because there needs to be some organization, because I'm not going to have stuff thrown around my room. I need a place to sleep. I know I don't sleep a lot at night, because I've just been staying up until like 6 in the morning every day, but I actually do need to sleep because I do have stuff. So thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all, and possibly I will see you guys in a little bit when I go live again and kind of see what goes into the closet and what does not, because I think I'm just going to add it to Poshmark there. So thank you. Love you all. Have a great evening, morning, whatever time of day it is where you are. I know that you all are from all over the place. So love you all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.